In this question, I mentioned earlier about finding images. So I said, well, this question's complete, so I'm now going to make up a question that says, I'm going to change this to say image of Ingleton waterfalls. And this is just to demonstrate to you how we manage an image search. I'm going to get rid of my screenshot and everything as well. So usually to find an image of. Right, you don't have to change this. I'm just demonstrating image of Ingleton waterfalls. Okay, so imagine, if you will, the question said, using an internet search engine to find an image of Ingleton waterfalls. Okay, so let's go back and do our search again. I'm going to go back. So I'm going to use Ingleton waterfalls again. So I've typed Ingleton waterfalls in there, and I could type image, but I'm just going to do a search there. And then I'm going to click on images. So that's the screenshot that I need to take to show that I'm using a search engine, the keywords I've used, and the results I'm getting. So I'm going to take my screenshot. I'm going to paste that into the normal location. And again, I can zoom in and see very clearly what I've done there. Now I need to find a single image here. So I'm going to go back to my search engine. When you're looking for images, a little tip as well, try to look for something that's a regular shape, so this sort of shape, rather than maybe this one. Because the problem is you're going to use this image and the information you found later on in the exam, either in a letter, a presentation, or some sort of publication. And having a bizarre shaped or an unusual shaped image can make the layout of that document really difficult. So I tend to go for something like this sort of a standard monitor shape. You can go for so let's find an image here. I'm going to go for that one. That's pulled up the image I was looking at there. If I click on that again, that will take me to the website. Once I'm in the website, I could right-click on the image, or click on the image, or open an image in new tab even. But wherever I do, I need to know where that picture's come from. So if you're doing it from Google, I would always, if you can, open image in new tab. And that will show you the image on its own, but more importantly, it shows you where you got the image from. So I could copy that, go back to my Word document, paste my picture in. Now there's several options here. I'm just going to use picture. Now sometimes what will happen is that picture will come in too big for the box and you have to resize it. It's a bit difficult to see on the video, but when you click on an image, I don't know if I can zoom in whether it'll help. It doesn't really. But when you're using Word yourself, you'll see that there are little handles, little squares on each corner. They're called handles, and there's also one at the side, in the middle, each side, and one at the top in the middle, each side. It's really important when you're working with images for this exam, you must only resize using the corners. So as you move over the corner handle, you'll see that arrow, the diagonal arrow. So I'm going to just grab that. Say I wanted to make it a bit smaller. I'd just grab that and drag it diagonally towards the other corner. And that makes it smaller. And it keeps the proportions. So it doesn't, what we don't want is this happening. I'm going to undo that. Or this. It's really important we don't do this to our images because it will cost us a mark in the exam. So I've found my picture, I've pasted that in. Let's go back and get the address that I got that from. And that's the address up here. Let's paste that in. So there we are. We've now provided a single image, said where we got it from, and a screenshot showing the information they want for that. Now I'm going to undo this because I want to show you another way of doing this using Bing instead of Google, and why I think that's a bit easier. So I've just reset all this so it's back to empty. Now this time, instead of using Google, I'm going to go to bing.com. So I'm just typing that in the address bar there. And I'm going to search for Ingleton waterfalls. Oh, it's popped up on my list, so I can select it from there. And the same thing, I'm going to go to images. And again, there's my screenshot. So I'm going to print screen that. Paste that into the right place on my document there. Now the difference with using Bing as opposed to Google is here. Let's see if I can find an image. So for instance, I'm going to use I can't see the one we used earlier, but I'm sure it's there somewhere. Oh, let's use that one. Okay. So just waiting for it to load. We're still in Bing, you notice. Instead of right-clicking, going to tab and everything, I just click on that image. If I just left-click on the image once I've zoomed into it on Bing, I can now, it takes me straight to where the image is without me having to right-click and tab and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to paste that image in. So I paste the address in even. Okay, I can see everything in there, so that's fine. Back to my search engine. Copy the image. I did that by right-clicking and selecting copy. Right-click and paste the picture. Now you can see this one is too big. You can see when I click on it, the frame goes outside. So I'm going to just grab this corner handle and drag it in like that. There you go. So in this video, we've looked at how to just find some straightforward information, how to approach the question, what the question's about, what it's trying to achieve. So you're trying to prove that you can use a search engine. We've read the question, entered our details. We've performed the search using keywords and taking out words we don't need. We've provided evidence of that search by taking a screenshot and making sure that screenshot includes the information they want, which is the search engine name, the keywords you've used, and the results. We've filled out the table with the correct information, and we've double checked it, and we've saved our work. I've also demonstrated how to look for images and some tips on images as well.